I couldn't shift even an inch. My breath came uneven, caught somewhere between hesitation and surrender. His presence behind me was steady, grounding, guiding without urgency. I swallowed a sound that wasn't pain, just intensity, unfamiliar after so many silent years. It lingered, warm and consuming, but not enough to make me stop. I leaned back into the moment. I had lived untouched for so long, and then I chose not to pull away. Dear viewers, are you ready to uncover a connection that wasn't supposed to exist? Let's begin. Maya hadn't planned on company that night. Rain tapped gently against her apartment, windows as she folded a blanket on the couch. The room was quiet, wrapped in soft shadows, lit by the flicker of a candle that smelled faintly of lavender and wood. It was her kind of evening. Tea warming her hands, an old movie paused on the screen, and no one asking anything of her. Then her phone vibrated. It was Aisha, her college friend, now constantly pulled into long hospital shifts. They barely spoke anymore. Just the occasional message to remind each other they still existed. I'm stuck on a double shift, the text read. Zayn's nearby, but his plans fell through. Could he wait at your place for a while? He doesn't have anywhere else tonight. Maya blinked. The last time she'd seen him, he was a quiet teenager who hovered at the edges of conversations. Still, she replied without hesitation. Of course, send him over. 30 minutes later, the doorbell rang. Maya opened the door with a polite smile and paused. The person standing there was not the boy she remembered. Zayn had grown into a young man, taller, composed, with calm eyes that seemed to observe more than they revealed. He wore a simple hoodie, hands tucked into the sleeves, offering a respectful smile. Hi, Maya, he said. His voice was deeper than she expected. Zayn, she breathed, surprised. I almost didn't recognize you. She stepped aside. Come in. You must be exhausted. He nodded, glancing around as he entered. It feels peaceful here, he said quietly, like the walls finally get to rest. She smiled. That's one way to describe it. They settled on the couch. She offered him tea, which he accepted, and soon the movie was playing again. It had already started, but he didn't mind. At first, Mia felt aware of everything. Her posture, the space between them, the years separating their lives. She was older. He was someone she'd known in another time. And yet, something about his stillness, the way he watched without distraction, unsettled her in a way that felt unfamiliar rather than wrong. I like this, Zayn murmured. It feels honest. That's why I love it, Maya replied. It doesn't rush. It lets things exist. He turned slightly toward her. You do that too. She blinked. What do you mean? You don't force moments. You let them happen. That's rare. She didn't answer. Their hands reached for the bowl between them at the same time. Their fingers brushed briefly, unintentionally, but neither moved away right away. Something unspoken passed between them. She told herself it was nostalgia, the quiet, the warmth of the room. Still, something had changed. When the movie ended, neither spoke. The silence was full, not awkward. Maya kept her eyes on the screen. I should probably go, Zayn said, checking the time. It's late, she replied. You can stay. The guest room's ready. He hesitated. Would it be okay if we talked a bit first? I've missed places that feel like this. She nodded and led him to the kitchen where a low lamp cast a warm glow. They sat across from each other, hands wrapped around mugs. I didn't expect to feel this comfortable, he admitted. Why not? I thought you'd still see me as someone passing through. She smiled faintly. Time changes more than we realize. He laughed, then grew quiet. Something in his expression shifted. You okay? She asked. He paused. I feel like I've been drifting. Finished school? Did what I was supposed to, but nothing feels like it fits. I'm present everywhere except inside myself. Maya listened. It had been a long time since anyone had spoken to her with that kind of honesty. Most people don't have it figured out, she said gently, even when they pretend they do. Did you? He asked. She thought for a moment. I used to think so. Then life changed. Now I'm learning again. Their eyes held a second longer than necessary. I can breathe here, Zayn said quietly, like I don't have to pretend. She felt it too, the calm, the quiet recognition. I should sleep, he said from the doorway. He paused. I'm glad it was you who opened the door tonight. Good night, Zayn. Maya stayed at the table long after he left. Her tea had gone cold. It had been nothing, just a visit, just words. And yet her hands remembered that brief touch. Her chest echoed with his voice. Morning arrived slowly. Sunlight stretched across the floor as Maya tied her robe. Her thoughts tangled. No lines crossed, no promises made. Still, something had begun. She was making breakfast when she heard footsteps. Morning, Zayn said, his voice still heavy with sleep. Morning. Did you rest okay? Better than I have in weeks. They ate in a silence that carried weight. Thank you, he said softly. You didn't have to do all this. You were a guest, she replied. An easy one, he smiled. That means more than you know. Later, washing dishes side by side, he asked, Can I ask you something? Of course. Do you ever feel like life moved on while you were busy doing the right things? Her heart slowed. Yes, I forgot to ask myself what I wanted. Do you know now? She hesitated. I don't want to feel alone anymore. He studied her. You don't seem alone. I learned how to hide it. His phone buzzed. She's on her way. 10 minutes? You should get ready, Maya said. He turned to her. I like being here with you. I'm glad. At the door, he paused. Could I come back sometime just to talk? She met his eyes. Yes, I'd like that. When the door closed, the silence left behind wasn't peaceful. It ached. Days passed. Maya kept herself busy, but every evening her gaze drifted toward her phone. She didn't return to that movie. She couldn't. Then Thursday night, a knock. Zayn stood there holding 2 coffees. I didn't text, he said. I wasn't sure. You're always welcome, she replied. They sat on opposite ends of the couch. Conversation started light, then deepened. I don't know where I'm going, he admitted. But when I'm here, I don't feel like I'm failing. You're not, she said. You're still becoming? His eyes stayed on hers. I wish more people were like you. Silence settled between them. Do you ever wonder what it would feel like to be wanted again? He asked. Mia's breath caught more than I admit out loud. He leaned forward slightly, careful. I've never felt this kind of pull before. It isn't about timing. It's you. We shouldn't, she whispered. I know, he said softly, but pretending feels worse. He rested his hand near hers, not taking it. Maya didn't move away. To you, my beautiful viewers, if you ever offered someone something you believed they'd never accept, what would you feel the moment they looked into your eyes and quietly said yes? Tell me in the comments. I truly want to hear your thoughts. If this story touched something deep inside you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs this feeling, and make sure you're subscribed with the bell on because the next story might be the one that changes everything for you. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see you in the next one.